Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for is now here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get him, Bobby.
Now, rocking with
DZ, the Incredible.
You got it locked into Live and Direct with yours truly, DZ the Incredible. And here on Live and Direct, we bring to you the who's who in art, culture, music, entertainment, and more. And right now, we hanging out at the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas with my man Foots. What's going on, Footy?
Everything good, glad to be here, dog. You finally put me on the show. I feel like somebody now.
Well, you know, like I say, the who is who, and you definitely in the who is who. Now, I know the last time we talked, we had a conversation. You know, we were talking about timing, because I know I told you, say, man, Foots, I don't know what take you so long to bring these singles out, get the music out there, and you know, now you got your album, and you know, I know that you've been going in the studio and making music from I met you back in like 2009. So that's done 10 years ago. But now the wave finally got big enough now for you to start to blow up and, you know, do your thing. So, you know, when you talk to me about timing, is this something that you were planning over this 10-year period, or this just something that just finally happened for you?
No, I always one of them guys would always used to take music for it was a hobby at first, you know what I mean? So when you meet me, I was clowning around outside the studio, meet me just doing songs because it was like my stress reliever or whatever. And you know, I had friends talking to me about just taking it serious. They say, well, you could take your talent and do something with it. That's what I do. So I was like, let me put some energy for it. Let me try to do an album. What could be, you know, what could go wrong? Now we got this. I won't call it a classic, but I don't think that's within my right. You know what I mean? But I think we got a overall good project. I'm getting a lot of good words from the fans. You know what I mean? So
you're gonna let the streets decide
whether or not
it's a classic or not.
You know, you could have a hit lasts 3-4 months, classic lasts years after. So we can see next year they still bumping it or whatever.
Yeah. Now from what I've heard from the album, I think that the songs that you have on this album, or the tracks that you have, I think what you have going on is a consistent flow. So I don't think anybody can be like really skipping through tracks on this one. And this for me is rare for Bahamian artists, because most times they could put out a mixtape or something and you would be like, man, I ain't feeling this way, so I can skip through the next track or whatever. But I think on this project that you have now, I think that you have a good flow going where no one is going to skip through the track. So I definitely think that this one's going to be a classic. So let's talk a little bit about the album. Tell them about the album that you have out now, and you know what it took for you to get here.
I ain't about to give a big heartfelt speech or not. Yeah, it's practice, bro. See, saying the beauty about playing the background role. Pardon me for talking so bad, because I just get my grills installed, trying to stun on these dudes right now. But for real, with practice and staying inside the back, the beauty of staying inside the background is you get to observe a lot of things. You get to see what people like. You know what I mean? And I was a fan of the game, number one. So I knew what people was listening to. I knew what the vibe was. If you even look at my album cover, I was a hardcore rap fan. So I was into the Eminems and Jay-Z. They still into them. It's still my top tier rappers, 50 Cent. But then you got the little Uzis and the little Pumps and you got Drake, and I can't even class Drake with the Pump, I apologize. But you got the young fellas with doing like that music for you to turn up to. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the old me fighting like the new me. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like a clash in between. So with the album, it's just a great clash of music put together for everybody. I have something for everybody on it. And that's why the album named Minor Adjustments, because I had to make a minor adjustments to be able to live inside this climate we in right now, to be able to survive in this climate.
Yeah, because I know that you was telling me that you were going to title the album a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But when I saw the title Minor Adjustments, then I was like, all right, I guess he's taking the album in a different direction.
Yeah, we had to change. My team roast me about that. I know a little bit of everything that's like, boy, if you don't get that, what you trying to do, bro? I sit down, I think, but it's like I'm making a minor adjustment. Everything sounds this old me doing some new things. Just trying out a new thing. So just a little adjustment to life. Amen. So, I mean, I want the people out there to go listen to it and give me. I do well with feedback. I like to get feedback. So I want people to go check it out. It's on every available streaming site possible except SoundCloud. You can get on Tidal, Deezer, Pandora Box, and all. You can get it anywhere. I even got it on YouTube for people who ain't got them streaming apps. And I got CDs.
All right. So I want to talk a little bit about hip hop in the Bahamas. Now, the names that you call, the people that are your top tier rappers, like they have been major heavyweights in the music industry for a very long time. I mean, selling top albums, touring, well known, even down to having their businesses. Like, they on point. When you call names like Jay-Z and stuff like that, you talking like hip hop royalty. So I know that you have a good ear for music even by calling those names. So my question for you is, do you feel, in your opinion, that we're gonna ever have a Bahamian rapper that's really gonna take the mainstream industry by storm? If you think we can see a Bahamian rapper collecting a Grammy anytime soon?
You looking at him? That's the answer I won't give you. Realistically, yes, it's inevitable one day. We got too much talent over here, and besides, we just need what we speaking about earlier. We need that exposure, and not the exposure that the local janky promoters offer. I talk more real exposure to the world. You know what I mean? We got a lot of Kendrick Lamar's. We got J. Cole's. We even got some people like Foots on this road with really rapping. I think Debo was gonna be one of those people. If Debo didn't get swindled, I think Debo would have been one of those guys. But if I had to put my money on someone besides myself right now, to be honest with you, it would be Sleepy Legs. Right now, who would be eligible to get a Grammy right now? It would be Sleepy Legs.
Okay, so and what is your take on how these artists are approaching the business side of the industry? Because they say the industry is 90% business, 10% talent. So
definitely nowadays it is. These guys don't got their business together. I'll be real. Simple as recording. We have a long way to go. Because I guess it's because the island's so small and we never had a music industry over here. We have a long way to go. As far as royalties, half of these people didn't even sign up for BMI. Ask you, I know nothing. You ask somebody, are you signed up for it? They tell you no. You ask them why. Half people ain't receiving their royalties. I just find that out now. Like, people don't even check to get their royalties. And I heard through some people, some of the radio stations, through good source, some of the radio stations don't even log your music. Like, I hear they have the DJs play your songs in mixes but never add them to the rotation, because then, you know what I mean, they would have to pay.
yeah, and I mean that could be true, and that in itself really has an effect on the industry, especially for artists that take the business side of the industry seriously.
Now, I don't know how true it is. This is what I've heard. I get my money, but I don't know how true it is. If that's happening, that's really messed up. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody should be getting their money. I feel like everybody should have their just due. So if you working hard and you doing things the right way, you know what I mean? We gotta play by the book.
Yeah, so because you're a member of the hip hop community here, who would you say right now, besides yourself, is a Bahamian hip hop artist that is making waves? And I'm talking about, the music is getting out there. People actually know them, downloading their music. They collecting good royalties. Who would be that one hip hop artist for you from here locally?
Before I say this, I don't want nobody to catch feelings, because it's quite a few. I can name this brain, 27, all right. So, but let's say we got Sleepy Legs, we got Twin them, Definitely, you need to. If you don't know what they got, what them guys are, you gotta check them out. You got Drew 242. We got Jesus, so much. Judah the Lion, and he crazy on the stage. If you never seen perform, Judah the Lion is making nice waves through the road right now. We got Jesus Christ. See that, man? 27, getting old. Boy, look at even we got Joe Capone and we got So Serious. Them guys, they making their waves. I see So Serious slow down just a little bit, but when he come up with that sensei, that man, I still split it up to the day. So he made that wave and that stick with me. But for right now in the street, if I had to do top 3, it'd be Sleepy Legs, Twin Them, and Drew 242.
All right, so what we can do, we can take a short music break. And we can check out the video for Jet Ski, which is one of your biggest tunes that came out recently. So we're going to be right back here on Live on Direct TV.
Boring me, hey, that's why she calling me, hey, and every day it's like a holiday. Don't make around and pull up in a foreign boy. Why me
double up, and I put that on my next J. You niggas know I'm about to guap. You wanna test me, pocket rocket, and I get out your socks. I'm on the wave like a jet ski, getting to the top while I'm getting top. Yeah, I get up, be wetter than a jet ski, and I'll beat it like a mother. But mother said before the boy, I had to tell him again shit. I no girl away, now she gon' go tellin' her friends. I got the wave, the water, the splash all on every kid. So you think I tryna save the daughter? You gotta be out of your mans and tryna get bands. That romance, so 100% of your nigga gon' flex. Hey, all Nike ticks, either you getting check or I'm getting these tracks. Hey, double up and get it back. I make the money come, I get it wet. She wanna me and that's on the set. Just like some grabber, she go through the bag. Wait, double up, double up. Go and get your hustle up on the books, guys. Drink, cause I don't got time for the cutting up. Come around with the money or carry your and up in the ground and you with that. Me and you is too different, it's what you don't understand. I double up and I put that on my next J. You know I'm about to go. You wanna test me, pocket rocket, fucking I get out your socks. I'm on the wave like a jet ski, getting to the top while I'm getting top. Yeah, I get up, be wetter than a jet ski, and I'll beat it like a mother.
Welcome back to Live and Direct TV. We just checked out that Jet Ski by Foots featuring Sleepy Lex, man. That was one of the biggest bangers that you put out so far before this Minor Adjustments album.
Definitely. Whenever me and Sleepy Legs get together, it'd be a classic. Definitely. I like to do I don't want to brag about myself.
It's the time to do it, man. You
brag about my team.
Lights, camera, action.
I don't pop my collar, dog, but we know what we doing, dog. You know what I mean? Jet Ski was last year, by the way. Last year, January, we put that song out, and it's just amazing that people are still talking about it. People still come up to me today and say, use the man from Jet Ski? They don't know my name sometimes. Use the man from Jet Ski? I'd be like, yeah, on the wave.
So let's talk a little bit more about Minor Adjustments. I know that you basically spilled the beans on why you even called the album Minor Adjustments and changed the name from a little bit of everything. So tell us a little bit more about the feel and the flow of this album. Like when people press play from the first track to the last, what feel are they gonna get from it? What could be going through their heads, and what's the vibe gonna be like from this album?
Well, music is subjective, so you get your own interpretation from the song. You know what I mean? You get your own feeling from the song. But when I made the album, it was to try to capture almost every emotion possible. So we got anger, we got love, we got hate, we got happiness, celebrations, and all that. I got a little bit of storytelling, I got a little bit of pop balls in the club. You know what I mean? I try to capture every aspect of it. Yeah, man. So in the beginning it was a little serious. I started off with a little rocky. Then I did something for the hustlers. I did something for the women to twerk to. I did something for the ladies to whine to. No, whining and twerking is two different things. Let me put you all up on game. I mean, y'all American women know how to twerk. Our Caribbean people know how to whine.
This is true. This is true.
Put you all on game. And then we did, I did some lyrical stuff in between though. And I ended with a love song. I mean, so it's a little bit of everything on the album.
All right, so the artists and producers that you work with on your album, let the people know who they were and why. Why did you choose these particular producers and artists to work with on this album?
Well, if you know me, you know the number one producer I go to. You gotta say it. You know who I go to.
Yeah, man. I think you talking about Shadi.
You know, that's my dude. Drake, that's 40. Yeah, man. Besides Soldier Shadi, we had Kingpin. Shout out my boy Kingpin. And we had Nakota. Nakota did my song Spoiled. Doesn't mean that these are amazing producers. I work with a few foreign producers, L. David and the rest of those guys. But I try to keep it mainly Bahamian. Them guys had some beats I just had to grab. But other than that, I try to keep it homegrown. Because, you know, we got a lot of talent over here. Before we can share the wealth, we got to work with what we got inside.
So what about some of the features we'll be hearing on this album, or we hearing now because the album is out?
Same thing within the team. We work within the team for this album. So I had Sleepy Lex. Sleepy Lex made 2 tracks. We had Twin Them. I twinned them on a song called Radio, and then I had Drew 242. So everybody within the circle I work with. Probably on my next project, I think I'll be branching out, but I had to get the best first. No disrespect, no one else, but I think you know team and messing with us right now, dog.
Right now, I know, and I ain't trying to cause no controversy, but we had a conversation off camera, and we were talking about like shows and performances. What's your take on doing these shows and performances here in the Bahamas? Because I could give you my take. I noticed that I myself personally, I noticed that every concert that comes up, they'll put at least 2 Bahamian artists on the stage, and I have seen some artists whose songs have been burning the radio up over here locally perform, and the crowd is like stiff like cardboard. Then when the headliner comes on, everybody going crazy, freaking themselves out. What's your take on that, and how do you feel as an artist? How does that make you feel?
I mean, it definitely is hurt, man. Anybody who does an art form and feel like they're good at doing something, and when people don't react like how you want them to react, of course you feel some kind of way. Sometimes I look at the performances, I try to figure out what I could do better, because all my performances aren't my best. I'll be 100% honest with you. But I think with that, I think the Bahamian crowd ain't as receptive as other nations, like such as America or whatever. Because I think we have the mentality whereas you ain't bigger than me, amen. And then what is the saying? The preacher ain't accepted inside his own.
We are a prophet.
A prophet ain't accepted inside. Pardon me, mommy. The Bible. Yeah. Maybe she can dig off her belt for me when she said this. But that's you in your own home. I think it'll take somebody to go abroad and blow up and get some other support from some other people. Take it like Buddy Hill. Buddy Hill could have been any one of these guys on any of these courts right now, doing the same thing he doing right now. Most they say is he hard, bro. Yeah, man, he go candlelight gym, shoot around, do whatever he want. But until you get that exposure and show the world what you got, sometimes people can't see it.
All right, now, in recent times, and I'm not gonna start calling promoters names and stuff like that, because I ain't looking for controversy by saying this. No, man, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't trying to cause no controversy, like I said earlier. But in recent times, there was a show here in Nassau, and We ain't even gonna go there. But there was a show, and they actually had local artists competing.
Oh, no, we don't talk to my dogs like that, man. Come on, bro. No, bro.
Come on.
You know what? I kind of felt like it was a dope idea.
For you, it was a good idea for you.
Why I said it? Why they did this? I don't think people take it the wrong way. What they did was they didn't really have the artists competing. They just wanted, instead of the fans coming out and just, instead of that crowd coming out and just seeing the people and not being receptive to what's going on, they wanted to see who would bring the biggest crowd. You know what I mean? So if you could get 1,000 likes, they would hope that you could bring 1,000 people there. If you get 2,000 likes, they would hope you get 2,000 people inside the door. So they was looking to see, well, who's the most popular rapper right now? Who's the hardest artist right now? Whoever's the hardest artist could get on my stage. And I think that was Mikey and Riri intentions. I gotta say the boys' name. I think that was guidance intentions at the time. I ain't gonna let you sit here.
Listen, I ain't trying to read the boys up, you know. I ain't trying to read the boys up. I'm getting your perspective on it because people feel differently. A lot of people feel differently about the situation.
I hear a lot of artists arguing about this, bro. Like a lot of artists was like, well, who these dudes think they is? Why I gotta compete to get on your show? Who you think? See, and that's the Bahamian mindset. Because if a foreign promoter was to come here and do the same, bring in an artist and say, if you want to open up for this artist, who's the hardest in the island, nobody would have been making noise. You see what they saying? But because they Bahamians.
Yeah, everyone had a problem with it.
You understand?
Most people had a problem with it.
Truth be told, you gotta pay to get on some of these stages inside America. Like if you want to get on stage with Lil Baby, it's known that the local artists would go to the promoter and give them a few dollars to get up on the stage. And
I think that aspect of it is something that a lot of Bahamian artists are not even aware of. I think that they feel a sense of entitlement that, well, this concert is here, why you ain't call me to perform?
Because they see it as I heart people, my boys, my 10 virgins listening to my song right now, and they say my song nice. So you come and give me the pass for 10 of my boys to come and scream for me while everybody else like this at the show. You got to be able to, so point blank period is you got to be able to demand the crowd. And that's kind of why I slowed down on doing shows myself, because it was like it didn't make sense. I mean, you ain't demanding the crowd until you in demand. When you in demand, you perform, then you can charge whatever you want because you're in demand.
All right, so we're gonna take the official live and direct music break. We can check out this song from the hot album from Foot's name, Spoil. That's what the name, right?
This is Spoil, people. Listen to me. Spoil yourself. 2019, spoil yourself. Spend your money. No, put your camera with so many. Spoil yourself, bro. Spoil yourself.
We could be right back.
Lily on the rest. Spin a hitch out the whip. Shot it down to match my drip. Got your Vinci on my. Thought it'd be like this. Spoil.
I'm thanking the Lord for opening doors. Simplest things I could not afford. And when I'm in stores, I get what I want. No matter the cost, just know I'm a ball. Just know I'm a ball, yeah. Look at me. Don't I look spoiled, yeah. Rolly, AP. Thanking the Lord for opening doors. Simplest things I could not afford. And when I'm in stores, I get what I want. No matter the cost, just know I'm a ball. Just me and my dog, yeah. Look at me. I want it all, yeah. Beamer, Bentley. Touchdown, I'm bust down. Look at me, mama, I'm up now. I remember I was popped down. All of them talk now. Now when I roll through the hood, all of them just duck down. I don't really give a now. Most of them are bums now. I gotta thank God for the cake. I used to make minimum wage, enough to just get through the day. All of my is astray. I don't give a about these hoes. Don't know why they up in my face. They got me a feeling away. One day when a nigga was break, I want Gucci and Louis and Prada, Versace, Armani and Dolce Gabbana. My pants are sagging, my pockets are loaded. I look like I just won the lotto. The steel is under my box and breeze, but I am not looking for drama. These niggas gon' hate you as soon as you got it. You know how it is when you start from the bottom. I'm thanking the Lord for opening doors. Simplest things I could not afford. And when I'm in stores, I get what I want. No matter the cost, just know I'm a ball. Just know I'm a ball, yeah. Look at me. Don't I look spoiled, yeah. Rolly, AP. Thanking the Lord for opening doors, simplest things I could not afford. No when I'm in stores, I get what I want, no matter the cost. Just know I'm a ball, just me and my dog, yeah. Look at me, I want it all, yeah. Beamer, Bentley.
Welcome back to Live on Direct TV. We just checked out that video, Spoiled by Foots, and we was having a very interesting conversation while I was watching that video. And you were talking about, these artists having a false sense of what's about to happen when they get put on these shows.
I think that's why so much people be so excited to get on these shows. For example, with the Lil Baby thing. I think some of the artists thought they would meet Lil Baby and get to hang out with Lil Baby and do their IG thing with Lil Baby. It don't work like that half the time so most of the times with the artists to stay in their hotel room or stay wherever they is or in their car until it's time for them to perform, like 10 minutes before they perform. And when you perform to these shows, if you didn't know what these promoters do, they bring you in to open up, do exactly what it sounds like. So you get put on stage 11 and everybody know what time concert time is now, so. What time concert time is now, so?
Concert time until around 11, 12 o'clock in the morning.
How old you is, boy? Where you been? Time for artists to get on stage nowadays and now, so it's 2:30.
Oh, well, if you put it like that, I know the concert can start around 11, 12 o'clock.
You be on the stage, 11, 12, you want entertain the people who just walking in the gate. And then by 2 o'clock, I guess it depends on how
that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the gate's gonna open at 10 o'clock.
Well,
the DJ ain't gonna start playing till 11:30, and then they open the concert around 12, and everybody still ain't reach yet. The crowd ain't coming till 1 o'clock.
So to talk to Bahamian artists, I just think y'all should when you get booked for these shows, ask your fair price, and do your contracts. Get your contract signed. Stop going by word of mouth. Bring your DJ if you got one. Bring your flash drive. Stop telling people to download your music offline. Because most time we don't even have internet inside the area. And for Christ's sake, Jesus Christ, at least be able to get something like water when you perform. Even if you perform for exposure, at least be able to get some water or something.
So you mean to tell me they ain't even giving these people water?
Some of these artists ain't getting water, bro. I telling you the God honest truth. Some of these artists ain't even get. I remember when I was doing I used to do free shows too, so I could tell you the ropes. I've been through this. I remember I was doing a show for one of my boys I was supposed to perform for him, boy. And he asked for a bottle of rum. Just have a bottle of rum just to get something. You know what this boy do? This boy pour a cup of rum out of the bottle with he throwing the body. This boy pour a cup of rum out and try to pass me the cup, bro. He literally tried to pass me the cup, and I was like, that's it, bro.
What some of y'all promoters be dealing with, bro?
This was club performance. This was crazy. It was like, bro, just give me a bottle of Ciroc or something. I drink gin, bro. I drink gin.
That's how you find out how gin and Colorado go together.
No, I've been there. Maybe that's another story for another time. But the boy eats like, yeah, bro, I got you. And from then I was like, bro, no, bro.
This was before or after you perform?
I don't touch the stage unless I get what I want. I would perform. I used to perform for free. What I call free is like you give me a bottle and a few of my niggas. A few of my friends get it. You know what I mean? But not no more, bro. I foot minor adjustments in stores, get it? So many foot minor adjustments inside stores.
So I have another question. I'm gonna take this conversation into another place right now. Do you think that, because I know that this thing is gonna just continue to go on from generation to generation, and it ain't gonna stop. I don't think these young Bahamians can stop rapping anytime soon. So, how do you feel that a Bahamian hip hop artist could get on the same level as, or get people to appreciate hip hop as much as they appreciate these soca artists and some of the rake and scrape artists? Because, like I was telling you when we were talking, you could throw a concert with just that urban music, the hip hop, the R&B, and you could barely have a crowd, and you could barely have the crowd, really support the artist.
That's false.
Is it?
Locally?
Yeah, locally.
With local artists?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Locally. Right? And even sometimes with the international artists, I have seen this happen, bro.
Depends.
I have seen this happen.
I was about to touch on
I
that.
have gone to concerts to see certain R&B artists and even certain rappers, and crowd is
See, that's the
there.
thing with the Bahamas. We just go with what right then. We had, for example, we had Rick Ross, Tame Marley. This was a crazy show. There's like a big lineup. Nas, Damian Marley, Rick Ross, and Ty Dolla $ign. And these dudes perform, bro. I thought they was just coming and they would have thought a little crowd. Now these guys actually perform. Ty Dolla $ign get in the crowd and play guitar and give his guitar away and all. It was crazy, but it was empty. But the Lil Baby concert was booked out. And we go with what heart right then and there. We are a nation, but it's what you do for me lately, not what you did for me before. We don't go off of legacies. But I lie because depends. If Chris Brown come over here, so
Oh yeah, definitely.
Chris
But see,
Brown or Rihanna or Drake or
what I was getting at is this. You said that those big names, yeah, they still relevant, but they didn't get the crowd that the promoters thought they would get. But you put Marshall Montano, Kess, Bungie Garland on a flyer, that place book out.
But that's the Caribbean, so you just kind of expect it. Like we was a reggae
Right.
town before this rap. You gotta remember that.
I remember. So, do you think, or how can the hip hop community in the Bahamas get people to love hip hop the way they love soca and rake and scrape? Is it possible to you?
First of all, I mean, it's inevitable. It's coming. It's happening over time. You see it. More people getting into rap. Freeport is a lot more advanced within the rap thing. I'd say that. But Nassau is catching on to the trend. I guess it's just a matter of time. And with that, we'll have some artists slipping through the gate. Because, as more the people get involved, we getting better artists. You see growth from the artists a lot more. I remember back in the days, it used to be part of the poet and Padrino. They was the bar. Now you got me, you got people like So Serious, you got Joe Capone, you got Sleepy Legs, them. So you'd see you see an advancement, you see in the streets getting behind us. It's just, people just gotta drop the weight, stop turning it away. I think that's not now that we talking about it. I think because there's so much garbage you have to filter through. I'm sorry for being so raw, but because when most rappers, don't say Bahamian artists, when most dudes that is be rapping for people, is trash. So when the actual good artist comes along, we get the reaction like, you don't sound like a Bahamian, just the same Bahamian. And not because of the accent, it's because they can't believe how good it sounds, the quality of the sound. I just get that a lot from my album. I was just playing it at the car wash 2 days ago, and I just do things like I'll pull up and play my songs. Like but listen to this, bro. I let them play. I don't even tell them who it is, because if I say that I'm a Bahamian artist, it'll depreciate one shot. I don't know why, but that's what happens. So I guess to get our music out there, I would say the DJs have to get on board, number one, because the DJs play one of the most important roles there is in distributing music. Because the DJs they control what we listen to, whether we like it or not. Even though we got music streaming apps, and we got, every time we go to the club, every time we listen to the radio, our DJ controlling that. So you gotta get the DJs behind us, and the people will follow eventually.
Right now, you also were nominated for an award.
A few less.
A few. Now, the latest nomination, what does that mean to you as an artist?
I was trying to prepare my speech. But I love it, bro. I like to be recognized I like to be acknowledged for my talent, bro. It just feels good. Since I started taking it serious, I used to just rap. Like I told you, I used to, any ciphers, anything. I could have come in and meet y'all rapping, and I'd start rapping with y'all. I just like to be acknowledged for my talent. because I wasn't good at basketball. I wasn't good at no sports. So when I found out I was good at rap, that's what I pursued. So to be acknowledged, shout out to the Elevation Award. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys and what y'all doing for the Bahamian artists. You know what I mean? People can say what they want, but it takes, you know what I mean? They don't have to do it, bro. They don't have to do it. For them to sit down and say, hey, we want to do something special for you guys means a lot. And it's fine, they finally recognize you, boy. You know what I mean? Your boy get the shine now. He well-deserved shine.
Oh, one more time. Man Adjustments is out there, blazing up the streets, getting the good reviews. Let the people know how to get their hands on this, where they can get it, how they can reach Foots, and do a proper business proposal for Foots to perform at their show.
I love the way you said that just now. You can get me on Instagram, Foots the Rapper. You can get me on Facebook as Footy, F-O-O-T-Y. Or you could just hit me up in my email at IamFoots. Either way, you contact me personally and my team, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But if you're looking for fun videos or whatever, just hit me up on IG, Foots the Rapper. So you can get my album on Tidal, Deezer, Spotify, and every other streaming site there is. Even on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube for dope content. We got everything. Foots the Rapper. We appreciate y'all. What is the show name again?
Live and direct, bro.
Foots the Rapper, live and direct. DZ, appreciate you, dog.
Listen, man, you had it locked in the Live and direct with yours truly, DZ the Incredible. My guest, Foots. Thank you for tuning in. Wait, we finished here. We talk so much, I tired now, boy. Go.
We do, right? These grills didn't adjust inside my motor along we been talking.